damn, you can't see for shit right here. Oh, let's see here. Blue. So, what to do? Maybe if we turn this shit up, maybe you can see that. Now it's like really fucking bright in here then you must see. Sorry for that weird introduction, but this was the only way which I could get some light in this room. Now it's like really freaking bright in here. But yeah, now sorry for that weird introduction, but this is going to be a video I actually got requested from actually a YouTuber who commented on my or someone commented on my rarest DVD movies in my collection, and they wanted me to make a Swedish release, like Swedish movies or Swedish releases that are really hard to come across. Now, I'm not like any big expert when it comes to this, but I've seen some of these movies that goes for pretty much money online on like bidding sites here in Sweden. So yeah, so some of these might be easier to get a hold of from time to time, and sometimes they're really expensive. But yeah, these are just all out of my like the movies that I've seen go for quite much money. So yeah, so these are going to be the top 10, or in this case top 11 Scandinavian or Swedish releases which are really hard to come across. So yeah, if any of you might like this video, I might do a part 2 or part 3 in the near future as well. But I actually have another like top list which I'm going to talk about in maybe the next video. But yeah, if you would enjoy this video or this top list, just let me know and I will make more of these type of rarities videos. So yeah, hopefully you will still see me, even though it's a little bit dark over here where I sit, and I know it's a weird angle, but I just wanted to try something else than filming in my room. So this is the movie room instead. So yeah, let's begin before I'm just boring you to shit. First up, we got this Noble Entertainment release of Assassination. I'm not too sure how well you can see that, but it's a movie with Charles Bronson from the late 80s. This particular release I've seen go for quite much money. Not the hugest money, but I actually was very lucky and got it quite cheap. So yeah, that's the reason why I mentioned this first. So yeah, Assassination. And then we have a movie which I actually saw for the very first time yesterday. I really enjoyed it, and it is directed by the same guy who did Young Guns, the first Young Guns movie, and the movie is The Principal. I think this has gotten maybe 1 or 2 releases, like a newer release, and I think this is the older release, which is a little bit harder to come across. I had to pay, I mean, I actually got it for quite a good price, because I've seen this go for really insane money on other places. So yeah, The Principal. The next one I know for sure has like this is long gone out of print. I think you might be able to get it on an import or something, but this Swedish release has been out of print for quite some time, and I know for sure that this goes for a whole lot of money. And the movie is Class of 1984. The old now let's see here which Nordic film or Nordisk film brought this out. So yeah, and this is another like one of those old, really old DVD releases, I guess. But yeah, this is an awesome film. If you like The Principal, I think you will like this, and if you like this, I think you will like The Principal. So yeah, Class of 1984. I actually do really enjoy the sequel, or the, I'm not really sure if you could call it a sequel, but Class of 1999 I really am a big fan of as well. But yeah, this is a great film, Class of 1984. And next we have a horror story, like hard rock comedy or whatever. This is a very cheesy and cool film, and it actually has Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne in it. I mean, these are really like, they have very small roles in this. So yeah, but The movie I'm talking about is Trick or Treat. Yeah, this particular release is another one of those older releases which is very hard to come across nowadays, and whenever you tend to find it, it goes for really stupid money, in my opinion. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. I mean, it's not the best movie in the world, but it has some really cool, cheesy 80s moments in it, so, and really cool music in it as well. So yeah, Trick or Treat from the 80s. The next movie I put on this list because I'm not too sure if this has ever gotten like an official release. I mean, it has gotten a release because I have it in my hand, but this is like a rental copy. I'm not sure if they released it in any other format or any other like release than the rental edition of this movie. But yeah, this is what that's the reason why I put this on the list. So yeah, Satan's Little Helper, an underrated little horror movie which takes place during Halloween, where there's like a guy dressed up as Satan, or maybe it is Satan himself, we don't really know for sure, and he starts to cooperate with this young kid and to terrorize the neighborhood, so to say. So, and the little kid just doesn't really understand what's really going on. So yeah, but yes, Satan's Little Helper, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's not the best movie in the world, but it's a great Halloween flick. The next one is a movie which has gotten a whole lot of releases, I believe, but this is the oldest release, I believe, which got this. This might be the first DVD release here in Sweden of this movie, and the movie is Evil Dead 2 with that awesome cover art. Like I said before, I don't really know how well you can see this, but we have to see after this video. But yeah, I just picked this on the list because it is the older release. I bet you could still get this quite cheap. So it's not like it's not that expensive to get a hold of, but it's an older release, so that's the reason why I put it on the list. So yeah, Evil Dead 2. And this release is another one of those older releases. You could sort of say that the older releases that you have, the rarer they are. I can't speak anymore because it's almost midnight right now. Oh, it's over midnight already. But yeah, whatever. Have to no feeding after midnight. I'm just mumbling here. Sorry for this. The next movie I'm talking about is Shocker. I love this movie, but I really hate this cover art. But this is the only Swedish release of this movie. Might have gotten a Blu-ray release, and I don't really want to comment on any Blu-ray releases because I never watched any Blu-rays, so I can't say anything about that. But this particular DVD release is long gone, and I've seen it go for, or people who demand quite much money for it. So yeah, Shocker. An awesome film which I think is very underrated. And you can sort of see that it is the same guy who did the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Of course, I'm talking about Wes Craven. This is a very similar story, and I do not understand why this has gotten so much hate. And yeah, but yeah, if you like Elm Street movies, check this one out. I think this is it could be like a part of the Elm Street movies in a way. Not part of Elm Street movies, but it has very many similarities, so yeah, Shocker. And then we have a movie which you could get in a 2-pack with another movie. I don't really know what movie that was. I think it was called The Calling or the 666 The Beast or something. I'm not too sure what that or the title was, but it was like a split release with that movie and this movie. And this is the scan box release for Brain Scan. I almost never see this movie for sale like anywhere. Not this particular release anyways, and this is like another like Scandinavian release, and I just like I said, I've not seen this release almost anywhere. So yeah, that's the reason why I put this on the list, because yeah, I can barely see it anywhere. So yeah, I'm really glad to have this release of it. I had like an UK release of it before, but I'm not too sure if that movie is, or that release is cut or not. So yeah, Brain Scan, an awesome film. And this is another case, sort of the same case with the Brain Scan release. This is a movie which I almost never see for sale anywhere. And I think it's a shame because I think it's a very underrated werewolf movie. And it is the movie called Bad Moon. I really dig that cover art as well. It was ages since I saw it, but I remember that I really enjoyed it. So yeah, Bad Moon. Now I have to speed up a little bit. Now we have this is like not the top 10 most rare releases like ever. I just took some movies from the shelf or from the movie collection that I knew could be hard to come across. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to say how much they want for each and every release, because I don't want to sound like I'm a professional at this. So yeah, but the next one we have is the steelbook for Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Not too sure how well you can see that, but it's a 3-disc edition steelbook special edition. I really love this release because it has disc 1 has the full movie and the disc 2 has the full film with audio commentary, and disc 3 has the making of Terminator 2, T2 More Than Meets the Eye, some sort of documentary I believe, the making of Terminator 2, No Feet But What We Make, and interviews. So this is one hell of a release in my opinion. So yeah, if you love this movie just as much as I do, make sure to seek out this release if you're Scandinavian or Swedish or yeah, whatever. So yeah, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I still consider that movie to be one of the best action movies of all time. So yeah. Now the last movie for this is a movie which every time I've seen this for sale, it has got I mean, I actually paid quite much money for this, but it was because I'm a big fan of it, and you almost never see it for sale. And when you see it for sale, it goes for insane money, and I actually did pay it because I barely see it like anywhere. Maybe you could get it in a fancy Blu-ray release, but just like I mentioned in my other videos, I do not watch Blu-ray, so I don't really know any information about those releases. So yeah, but this is the release for Nightbreed. Yeah, quite an underrated movie, directed by the same guy who did Hellraiser. Of course, I do enjoy Hellraiser much more than this, but this is still a very great movie by Clive Barker. What's his name? Clive Barker, yeah. I thought it was Baker, I'm not too sure, but yeah, Nightbreed, an awesome film, which actually also has David Cronenberg in it in a quite unique and interesting role. So yeah. Now sorry for this like camera angle or whatever, I'm just trying something completely new, so we have to see how this works out. So yeah, and if any of you liked this video, I might do another like part 2 of rare Scandinavian releases in the near future. Yeah, I really hope that you didn't get bored by this. So yeah, hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.